In this art project, we're going to create this campsite scene with mostly triangles. Just looking at the project, yes, you can just create this by drawing in triangles. But I'm going to show you a different way to do this so that the edges are nice and clean and it gives it a nice, unique look. Now let's get started. Here are the materials that you need. Here on the left, I have pieces of scratch paper, smaller pieces, and I have a full sheet of scratch paper. And then here is my full sheet where my art is going to be on. So taking this larger scratch piece of paper, I'm going to divide my paper in half. I'm finding the midpoint. Now that you have your midpoint, you're going to hold that scratch paper down. Taking a light green crayon, you're going to rub the grassy area for the bottom half. Hold that scratch paper down so that it doesn't move, so that you have a nice clean line between the grass and the sky. I'm also taking a darker green to give it a little more color in the grass. You want to use light pressure to medium pressure so that it's not too dark, because we still need to add some other objects onto the bottom half. Once you have the border between the sky and the grass area there, you can just go in with more of the colors if you like. Now take a light blue color and you want to rub that onto the other half, which is the sky layer. Again, you don't want it to be super dark. Now taking a small scratch piece of paper, fold that in half. We're going to cut our triangles for the mountains. At the crease, at the fold, cut a vertical cut. Don't make it so close to the edge. And then now a diagonal cut. Here is our triangle for the mountain. We won't need this, but we will actually need the other piece. This is the negative space piece, the area around the mountain. We're going to use this as a stencil. So I'll make a few more stencils for my mountains. I'm making my mountains different sizes, and for the largest one, I'll need a bigger piece of scratch paper. Now that I have all my mountains, I'm going to fill in the triangle with some color. Starting with the biggest mountain, I line it on the horizon line. Now get the color that you want this mountain to be and color in that triangle. Make sure to hold that stencil down so it doesn't budge. And it will budge, so try to do it carefully near the edges of the triangle. The trick is to have all the edges done first, then fill in the center. Play with the positioning of your other mountains and also the colors that you're using. And you can always overlap them a bit. And if you're going to overlap them, always try to do the lightest colors first. Next, I'm going to create my river by creating these curved lines. And then I'll cut that river out. Again, we cut out the river and use the edges for our stencil. Taking the left piece, I use my blue and color near the edges to create the left side of the river. Next, take the right edge and color in near the edge of that piece so that we can have the right side of the river. Now that you have the sides of the river, you can fill it in. Up next, we're going to create the teepees or the tents for the grass area. You can always use your old mountain stencils or you can make new triangular ones. My teepees will be more narrow, so they're less wide. To color them in, I use a light brown, and then for the opening of the teepees, I will create a darker brown triangle. If you decided to make tents, of course you can make your tents any color that you like. Since mine are teepees, I'm going to add these black sticks on top of the triangles. Next, we're going to create the trees. Here I'm creating my stencil for my triangles. Instead of doing them one by one, I'm going to do 3 triangles on this one sheet. These triangles are different sizes so that each of my trees will be a little different. To create the trees, fill in the triangles on top of each other. You might want to do 3 or 4 triangles for each tree. And of course, do as many trees as you like. For my last stencil, I'm going to create a round shape for my sun. Color in your sun any way that you like. And you're done. I hope you had fun doing this project. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!